You may not get a stimulus check, and the same could happen with student loan cancellation. Here's what you need to know. If you got a first stimulus check and a second stimulus check, there was a good probability that you would get a third stimulus check. However, after the House passed President Joe Biden's $1.9 trillion stimulus package, which included a third stimulus check, something changed. Initially, the criteria to get the third stimulus check of $1,400 for individuals or $2,800 for married or joint filers was based on the same income threshold as the first two stimulus checks, $75,000 income for individuals and $150,000 for married or joint filers. Then, to appease moderate Democrats in the U.S. Senate who wanted the stimulus checks to be more targeted, the income threshold was modified. Now, the income threshold has changed as followed. According to the Washington Post, this means that 17 million fewer Americans, including 12 million adults and 5 million children, will get a stimulus payment. As a result, individuals who earn between $80,000 and $100,000 as well as married or joint filers who earn between $160,000 and $200,000 will not get any stimulus check. This could spell bad news for student loan cancellation. Here's why. Will your student loans get canceled? You may be wondering what the new stimulus package means for student loan cancellation. Congress dropped student loan cancellation from the new stimulus package, and it also wasn't included in the last stimulus package either. Now that stimulus checks have been cut for 17 million Americans, you should expect the same may happen with student loan cancellation. This means that student loan cancellation could be limited in several ways. The current income threshold for student loan cancellation has been targeted at $125,000 for individuals. For example, Senator Elizabeth Warren, DMA, and Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer, DNY, want to cancel student loans up to $50,000 for borrowers by executive order. This would apply to federal student loans only, and would only be available to borrowers with income below $125,000. Biden uses the same income threshold for his student loans plan for tuition-free college. If Congress is willing to cut stimulus checks to be more targeted, you can expect student loan cancellation could be limited in a similar way. The income threshold for the third stimulus check is already $50,000 less than the income threshold for proposed student loan cancellation, $75,000 versus $125,000. Will progressive Democrats be able to justify to skeptical Republicans and moderate Democrats an income threshold that is $50,000 higher than the threshold for stimulus checks? If Congress cancels student loans, student loan forgiveness is likely to become a battle between amount $50,000 versus $10,000 for example, and who qualifies $75,000 of annual income versus $125,000 for example. So, it's not as simple as asking whether we'll cancel student loan debt.